Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest financial puzzles out there. It's a question that can feel totally impossible to answer, especially when you're just starting out. No, seriously, how are you supposed to do that? You hear all this talk about saving for the future, but right now, your income is zero. It can feel so frustrating, maybe even a little scary, but I promise you, there is a really powerful answer. So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through a clear roadmap in this explainer. We'll start by talking about the problem. Then we'll completely reframe how to think about saving. After that, we'll dive into 2 super practical exercises you can use right now. And finally, we'll talk about why all this practice is so incredibly important for your future. Okay, so it really all starts with this feeling of pressure, right? You know these big expenses are coming up, but you just don't have the income to match. At least not yet. You're probably starting to hear about stuff like college sticker shock. You're seeing the massive numbers for tuition, room, and board. And when you see those huge costs right next to a bank balance of, well, zero, it creates this huge disconnect, you know? It's like being told you need to get ready for a marathon, but you're not even allowed to buy running shoes yet. Okay, but this is where we totally flip the script. See, the goal right now isn't to magically make money appear in your bank account. The goal is to build the single most important financial tool you will ever have. And the best part? It costs absolutely nothing. And this question, right from our source material, is the whole key. Just look at that word practice. It totally reframes saving. It's not about an amount of money anymore. It's an action. It's a skill. It's a habit you can build just like anything else. Think about it like learning to play an instrument. You don't wait until you're on a giant concert stage to practice your scales, right? No, you practice in your room over and over, building that muscle memory. So when the big day comes, you're ready. Well, financial discipline is exactly the same thing. You are training your brain right now for that moment your first real paycheck finally hits. So how do we actually do this? How do we practice? Well, our first exercise is kind of a fun one. It's a future projection. We're going to budget for the person you're going to be in a few years, and we'll use a classic framework to do it, the 50-30-20 rule. So let's use the hypothetical scenario from our source material. I want you to really picture this. You've graduated, you landed that first real job, and you're bringing home $3,000 a month after taxes. That's your money. So what do you do with it? This is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a super simple but really powerful blueprint for your future money. It breaks down your income like this. Half of it, 50%, goes to your absolute needs. Then 30% goes to your wants. And that last, crucial 20%, that goes directly into savings. And here's what that actually looks like in real dollars. Your $1,500 for needs, that's covering things like rent, utilities, food. Your $900 for wants is for all the fun stuff, hobbies, going out. But check this out. That $600 for savings, that is you paying your future self first. By doing this now, you're basically filling out a personal budgeting worksheet for the future you. You're building that mental roadmap so when the money does come in, you already know what to do. Okay, that was an awesome exercise for the future, but what about a habit you can start building, like, today? This brings us to our second tool, a simple, but believe me, incredibly effective savings hack. It's called the wait 24 hours rule. The idea is so simple. Anytime you get that urge to buy something that isn't an absolute gotta-have-it necessity, you force yourself to just stop and wait a full day. This little pause is your secret weapon against impulse spending. And the process couldn't be easier. 1, you feel the urge. Maybe it's a new skin for a video game, a fancy coffee, that shirt you just saw online. 2, you stop. You do not buy it. No exceptions. Set a timer for 24 hours. And 3, when that timer goes off, ask yourself honestly, do I still really want this? You'll be amazed how often that want just evaporates. And just think about what this simple little habit helps you fight against. You know those invisible leaks the source material talks about? All those small recurring charges like subscriptions or in-app purchases that kind of just drain your money without you even noticing? The 24-hour rule forces you to actually see them and decide if they're really worth it. Which brings us to what might be the most important point of all. This whole thing, it isn't just about money. It's about building a powerful internal skill set. You're building your financial muscle. So let's recap what we've learned. First, saving is a skill you can practice right now with $0. The 50-30-20 rule, that's your game plan for your future income. The 24-hour rule is your daily workout for building discipline. And at the very heart of it all is learning to tell the difference between what you truly need and what you just want. And remember this, your habits are your most valuable asset.
way more valuable than any cash you could save today.
Because here's the bottom line. Your financial future doesn't begin the day you get that first job. It begins the day you decide to build the habits that will make you successful. The question isn't what you can save, but what you can practice. So, what habit will you start building today?